In the glittering era of 1930s Hollywood, amidst the grandeur of Art Deco sets and the allure of silver screen glamour, a star was rising. Jean Harlo, the original blonde bombshell. Her platinum hair and sultry looks captivated audiences worldwide, but behind the scenes, a different story was unfolding, one that was not scripted for the silver screen. It was during the filming of Red Dust in 1932, a production set in the steamy backdrop of Indochina, that Harlo's strong-willed nature came to a head. The set was abuzz with the usual flurry of activity, but tensions were simmering beneath the surface. Harlo, known for her assertive personality, was at odds with the film's director, Victor Fleming. The clash was over a scene that Harlo felt didn't resonate with her character's essence, a disagreement that would escalate into a full-blown confrontation. Fleming, known for his no-nonsense approach, was unyielding, insisting that the scene was crucial. Harlo, equally stubborn, refused to back down, challenging Fleming in front of the entire crew. The standoff was intense, with Harlo's fiery temperament on full display. Witnesses later recounted how the set went silent, the tension palpable in the air. The confrontation ended with Harlo storming off the set, leaving a stunned crew in her wake. This incident was emblematic of Harlo's time in Hollywood, a period marked by her battles against the studio system's constraints and her insistence on having a say in her career. Her refusal to be a docile figure in a male-dominated industry was groundbreaking, but it also earned her a reputation for being difficult to work with. As the cameras rolled and the director called action, Harlo's on-screen persona was that of the untouchable glamour girl, but off-screen she was a woman of grit and determination, unafraid to stand up for herself. This duality of Harlo's character, the glamorous star and the strong-willed woman, was a constant theme in her career, a career that was as much defined by her talent as it was by her refusal to conform to Hollywood's expectations. But what lay beneath this assertive exterior? Was Harlo's difficult behavior a mere product of Hollywood's pressure cooker environment, or was there more to the story of this blonde bombshell who dared to challenge the status quo? As we peel back the layers of Harlo's life and career, we uncover a tale of ambition, defiance, and the complex nature of fame in Hollywood's golden age. Jean Harlo, the blonde bombshell's battles. Hollywood's original blonde bombshell, Harlo was as renowned for her strong-willed nature as she was for her luminous on-screen presence. Behind the glamorous facade, Harlo often found herself in battles that revealed a different side to her character, one that was at odds with the submissive roles typically assigned to women in the industry during the 1930s. One such battle occurred during the production of Red-Headed Woman in 1932. Harlo, determined to break free from the stereotype of the ditzy blonde, clashed with director Jack Conway over the portrayal of her character. Harlo envisioned a more nuanced performance, while Conway insisted on a more straightforward interpretation. The tension escalated to a point where Harlo refused to shoot certain scenes, leading to a heated exchange that halted production for a day. Harlo's assertiveness extended beyond the set. She was known for her candidness in an era where actresses were expected to be demure and compliant. Her refusal to adhere to the strict moral codes and expectations of female stars at the time often put her at odds with studio executives. Harlo's open defiance of these norms was groundbreaking, but it also branded her as troublesome in the eyes of many industry insiders. Another episode that highlighted Harlo's strong personality was her relationship with MGM's head, Louis B. Mayer. Mayer, known for his controlling nature, often dictated the personal and professional lives of his stars. Harlo, however, resisted his attempts to manage her career and personal life. She challenged Mayer's decisions on several occasions, a bold move that few stars dared to make. Harlo's personal life was equally tumultuous. Her marriages, particularly her union with producer Paul Byrne, were fraught with issues that spilled over into her professional life. The mysterious circumstances surrounding Byrne's death only added to the controversies that seemed to follow Harlo. affecting her reputation and adding to the perception of her as a Hollywood rebel. Despite these challenges, Harlo's talent and charisma shone through. She delivered captivating performances in films like Platinum Blonde, DZ 1931, and Bombshell, 1933, showcasing her range as an actress. However, her career was often overshadowed by the off-screen drama and her battles with the Hollywood establishment. Mae West, defying censorship and convention. The queen of double entendre and a symbol of sexual liberation in early Hollywood, Mae West was as notorious for her assertive personality as she was for her risque performances. Her career was a continuous battle against censorship and the conservative norms of her time, making her one of the most controversial figures in Hollywood history. West's clashes with censorship began early in her career, particularly with her Broadway plays like Sex, 1926, which she wrote, produced, and starred in. The play's bold content led to her arrest and a subsequent 10-day jail sentence for corrupting the morals of youth. This incident set the tone for her future endeavors in Hollywood, where she continued to push boundaries. Upon her arrival in Hollywood, West immediately made her mark with films like She Done Him Wrong, 1933, and I'm No Angel, 1933. Her scripts were filled with sexual innuendos and provocative themes, drawing the ire of the newly established Production Code Administration, PCA. West's constant battle with the PCA became a defining aspect of her career. She often had to rewrite her lines to evade censorship, but she did so in a way that maintained the essence of her risque style. West's assertive nature extended beyond her professional work. She was known for her bold statements and unabashed confidence, a rarity for women in the industry at the time. Her famous quip, "When I'm good, I'm very good, but when I'm bad, I'm better," encapsulated her approach to life and her career. Her personal life was equally unconventional. West never married, a decision that was unconventional for women of her era. She maintained numerous relationships throughout her life, defying societal expectations and norms. Her open attitude towards sexuality and relationships was revolutionary, but it also led to her being labeled as difficult and controversial. Despite the challenges, West's impact on Hollywood was undeniable. She was one of the highest-paid stars of her time and saved Paramount Pictures from bankruptcy with her films. However, her career suffered as censorship rules became stricter, limiting the scope of her performances. Rita Hayworth, the love goddess's turmoil. Known as the love goddess of Hollywood, Hayworth captivated audiences with her stunning beauty and talent. However, behind the glamour, Hayworth faced personal struggles that sometimes manifested in challenging behavior, impacting her professional relationships and her image in the industry. Hayworth's most tumultuous period was during her marriage to Prince Ali Khan. The high-profile nature of their relationship brought immense media attention, but it was fraught with issues. The stress of this public scrutiny, combined with her husband's reported infidelities, took a toll on Hayworth. During this time, her behavior on set became increasingly erratic. She was known to be late or absent, causing delays in production schedules. This unreliability was out of character for the star, who was previously known for her professionalism. One notable incident occurred during the filming of Miss Sadie Thompson, 1953. Hayworth's personal life was unraveling, and it began to affect her work. She would often arrive late and unprepared, visibly distressed, which led to tensions with the crew and her co-stars. The production was plagued with delays and the budget ballooned, largely due to Hayworth's inability to perform as expected. Hayworth's struggles were compounded by her battles with Columbia Pictures head Harry Cohn. Cohn was known for his controlling nature, and he often clashed with Hayworth over her career choices and personal life. Hayworth's resistance to Cohn's attempts to manage her life added to her reputation as being difficult, a label that was in many ways unfair given the circumstances she was facing. Her personal challenges, including a series of failed marriages and struggles with alcohol, were often played out in the public eye, affecting her reputation. The media's portrayal of Hayworth was not always sympathetic, painting her as a troubled star, which only added to her difficulties. Despite these challenges, Hayworth's legacy in Hollywood is enduring. She remains one of the most iconic figures of the golden age of cinema. Her story is a poignant reminder of the pressures faced by stars, particularly women, in an industry that often prioritized public image over personal well-being. Hayworth's journey through the turmoil of fame and personal struggles is a testament to her resilience and the complexities of life behind the glamour of Hollywood. Norma Shearer breaking the mold. A prominent actress in the early days of Hollywood, Norma was known not just for her on-screen talent, but also for her strong personality and determination to shape her own career, a stance that was unusual and often challenging in her time. Shearer's assertiveness was most evident in her relentless pursuit of the role of Jerry in The Divorcee, 1930, a film that would earn her an Academy Award. Despite the studio's initial reluctance to cast her in such a bold and unconventional role, Shearer was undeterred. She personally arranged a photo shoot, presenting herself in a more glamorous and sensual light, starkly different from her usual image. This move was bold and risky, but it paid off, showcasing her determination and ability to take control of her career. Her marriage to MGM's production chief, Irving Thalberg, gave her a unique position in the studio hierarchy, but it also led to accusations of favoritism. Shearer, however, did not let this undermine her ambitions. She continued to push for challenging and diverse roles, often clashing with studio executives and directors over her career choices. Her insistence on having a say in her roles and her refusal to be typecast or sidelined was groundbreaking for an actress at the time. Shearer's strong-willed nature extended to her personal life as well. She was known for her independence and her refusal to conform to the traditional expectations of women in Hollywood. This independence, while admirable, was sometimes perceived as arrogance, leading to strained relationships within the industry. One incident that highlighted Shearer's assertive nature occurred during the production of Marie Antoinette, 1938. Shearer was heavily involved in the production, from the script to the casting, and her involvement was sometimes seen as overbearing. Her determination to portray the character in a specific light led to disagreements with the director, W.S. Van Dyke, and tension on set. Despite these challenges, Shearer's career was marked by significant achievements. She was one of the few actresses of her time who successfully transitioned from silent films to talkies, and she continued to deliver critically acclaimed performances throughout her career. Clara B, the original It Girl's struggles. Hollywood's first It Girl, captivated audiences with her vibrant on-screen presence and became an icon of the Roaring '20s. However, her off-screen life was marked by personal challenges and behavior that often led to conflicts within the industry. Bo's upbringing in a poverty-stricken and troubled family in Brooklyn was a stark contrast to the glitz of Hollywood. Her rise to fame was rapid, but it came with pressures that she was ill-equipped to handle. Bo's lack of formal education and her uninhibited personality, which charmed audiences on screen, sometimes resulted in behavior that Hollywood's elite found uncouth and unprofessional. One notable incident that reflected Bo's struggles occurred during the filming of Call Her Savage for 1932. Bo, known for her spontaneous and uninhibited acting style, clashed with director John Francis Dillon over her performance. Her refusal to adhere to Dillon's directing style and her insistence on improvising led to heated exchanges on set. Bo's unpredictable behavior, a result of the immense pressure she faced, often left the crew and her co-stars on edge. Bo's personal life was a constant source of gossip and scandal, which further complicated her professional relationships. Her numerous affairs with co-stars and other Hollywood figures were well publicized, leading to a reputation that was at odds with the conservative morals of the time. This reputation, whether deserved or not, often overshadowed her talent and contributions to the film industry. The constant media scrutiny and the pressure of living up to her it girl image took a toll on Beau's mental health. She suffered from bouts of depression and anxiety, which were exacerbated by the demanding nature of her career. Her behavior became increasingly erratic, and she struggled with alcohol and substance abuse, further damaging her reputation in Hollywood. Lupe Ves, the Mexican Spitfire's fiery legacy. Known as the Mexican Spitfire, Lupe Ves was celebrated for her vibrant and passionate performances in Hollywood. However, her fiery temperament often led to tumultuous interactions and conflicts, overshadowing her professional achievements. Velez's volatile nature was most famously displayed in her tumultuous relationship with actor Gary Cooper. Their on-again, off-again romance was fraught with dramatic public fights and reconciliations, drawing considerable media attention. Velez's passionate and sometimes aggressive behavior in this relationship was well documented, with incidents of public arguments and confrontations that stunned onlookers and colleagues alike. On set, Velez's fiery personality was equally evident. During the filming of The Girl from Mexico, 1939, and its subsequent sequels, Velez was known for her demanding nature and occasional outbursts. Her insistence on perfection and her unfiltered expression of emotions often put her at odds with directors and co-stars. While her spirited nature was part of her charm on screen, it sometimes translated into challenging behavior during production. Velez's personal life was marked by a series of high-profile and stormy relationships, not just with Cooper, but with other figures in the industry. Her love life was a constant source of gossip and speculation, contributing to her reputation as a tempestuous figure in Hollywood. One of the most tragic aspects of Velez's life was her untimely death at the age of 36. The circumstances surrounding her death were sensationalized by the media, with much focus on her volatile personal life and struggles. This sensationalism often overshadowed her talent and the barriers she broke as a Mexican actress in Hollywood. Despite the challenges she faced, Lupe Velez's legacy in the film industry is significant. She was one of the first successful Latin American actresses in Hollywood, paving the way for future generations. Her vibrant on-screen presence and her contributions to the industry are undeniable. However, her story is also a reflection of the struggles faced by actors who navigate fame and personal challenges in the public eye, and how these struggles can sometimes manifest in behavior that is perceived as difficult. Gloria Swanson, silent screen queen's conflicts. A major star of the silent film era, Swanson was known for her strong personality and her influence in the film industry. While her talent and contributions to cinema were immense, her assertive nature sometimes led to conflicts and challenging interactions within Hollywood. Swanson's determination to control her career was groundbreaking, especially for a woman in the early 20th century. She was one of the first actresses to form her own production company, allowing her a degree of control over her films that was rare at the time. However, this independence and desire for control sometimes brought her into conflict with studio executives and directors. One notable example of Swanson's assertive nature clashing with industry norms was during her work with director Erich von Stroheim on Queen Kelly, 1929. The production was fraught with disagreements over the film's direction and budget. Swanson, who was also the producer, found Stroheim's extravagant spending and slow pace intolerable. The situation escalated to the point where she made the decision to halt production and replace Stroheim, a move that was controversial and bold. Swanson's personal life was equally as headline-grabbing as her professional one. Her multiple marriages and affairs were the subject of much gossip, and her lifestyle was seen as emblematic of the excesses of Hollywood. This reputation, while part of her allure, also led to her being perceived as a diva, particularly as the silent era gave way to talkies, and her career began to wane. Her most famous comeback role in Sunset Boulevard, 1950, as Norma Desmond, a faded silent film star, was seen as art imitating life. Swanson's portrayal of Desmond's descent into madness and obsession was critically acclaimed, but it also reinforced the public's perception of her as a relic of a bygone era, struggling to maintain her relevance in a rapidly changing industry. Dorothy Dandridge, Talent Against Barriers. A groundbreaking African-American actress and singer, Dorothy faced significant racial barriers in Hollywood. Her talent was undeniable, but her journey was marked by struggles against discrimination and typecasting. Dandridge's assertive stance against these barriers was often seen as difficult behavior in an era when such resistance was rare and frowned upon. One of the most significant moments in Dandridge's career that highlighted her challenges occurred during the production of Carmen Jones, 1954, for which she became the first African-American woman nominated for an Academy Award for Best Actress. Despite this achievement, Dandridge struggled to find roles that were not stereotypical or demeaning. Her refusal to accept these limited roles led to a reputation for being selective and challenging, a label that was unjust given the limited opportunities available to her. Dandridge's personal life was also fraught with challenges. Her marriage to dancer Harold Nicholas was tumultuous, marked by infidelity and professional jealousy. The stress of her personal life, combined with the pressures of breaking racial barriers in Hollywood, took a toll on her mental health and professional relationships. A poignant example of the racial discrimination Dandridge faced was an incident at a popular Hollywood hotel where she was performing. Despite being a headliner, she was told she couldn't use the hotel's swimming pool. In defiance, Dandridge dipped her toe into the pool, leading to the hotel, draining the entire pool. This act of discrimination and Dandridge's response to it were emblematic of the challenges she faced as a black woman in a segregated industry. Despite these obstacles, Dandridge's talent shone through. She delivered memorable performances in films like Porgy and Bess, 1959, and Island in the Sun, 1957. However, her career was cut short by early death, and she never saw the full recognition she deserved during her lifetime. Miriam Hopkins, Feuds and Fervor. Known for her versatile acting skills in the early days of Hollywood, Miriam also had a reputation for being fiercely independent and often difficult to work with. Her career was marked by feuds with other actresses and a demanding nature on set, which frequently led to conflicts and strained relationships within the industry. One of the most famous feuds in Hollywood history was between Hopkins and her co-star Bette Davis. The animosity reportedly began during the filming of The Old Maid, 1939, where Hopkins felt upstaged by Davis. Hopkins, known for her meticulous preparation and strong opinions about her roles, clashed with Davis over scenes, leading to a tense and competitive atmosphere on set. This rivalry continued for years, becoming a part of Hollywood lore. Hopkins's demanding nature was also evident during the production of Becky Sharp, 1935, the first feature film made in 3-strip Technicolor. Hopkins was insistent on having her ideas heard, often challenging director Ruben Mamoulian's decisions. Her insistence on multiple takes and her attention to detail, while a testament to her dedication, often exasperated the crew and her co-stars. Another notable incident occurred with director Ernst Lubitsch during the filming of Trouble in Paradise, 1932. Hopkins, who had previously worked successfully with Lubitsch, began to assert more control over her character, leading to disagreements over the film's direction. Her strong-willed approach and unwillingness to compromise sometimes made her a challenging collaborator. Off the set, Hopkins' personal life was as dramatic as her on-screen roles. Her multiple marriages and affairs, along with her outspoken personality, kept her in the public eye. She was unapologetic about her lifestyle, which was unconventional for a woman in that era, and this often contributed to her reputation as a difficult personality in Hollywood. Despite these challenges, Hopkins left a significant mark on the film industry. She was known for her ability to portray complex characters and was one of the most sought-after actresses of her time. However, her career was undoubtedly affected by her reputation for being temperamental and challenging to work with. Hedy Lamar, Beauty, Brains, and Battles. Celebrated as one of the most beautiful women in Hollywood and a pioneering inventor, Hetty had a career that was as tumultuous as it was illustrious. Her personal life, marked by multiple marriages and a series of scandals, often led to a tumultuous career in Hollywood. Lamar's intelligence and inventiveness were in stark contrast to the roles she was often given, which focused more on her physical appearance than her acting ability. This typecasting frustrated Lamar, who longed for more challenging roles. Her dissatisfaction sometimes manifested in conflicts with studio executives, who were more interested in capitalizing on her beauty than her talent. One of the most significant battles Lamar faced was not on set, but in her personal life. Her 6 marriages were often the subject of public scrutiny and gossip, contributing to a perception of her as unstable and difficult. Her 3rd marriage to actor John Loder in particular was fraught with issues. The couple's tumultuous relationship was well known in Hollywood circles, and their public arguments and eventual divorce were sensationalized by the media. Lamar's reputation was further complicated by a shoplifting scandal in the 1960s. Although the charges were eventually dropped, the incident added to the narrative of her being a troubled star. This event, combined with her fading film career, painted a picture of a once glamorous actress struggling to find her place in a rapidly changing industry. Despite these challenges, Lamar's contributions to both cinema and science are undeniable. She co-invented a frequency-hopping technology that laid the groundwork for modern Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, showcasing her incredible intellect. However, her scientific achievements were largely unrecognized during her lifetime, overshadowed by her beauty and the scandals that surrounded her.